Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. In the figure below, lines A and B are parallel. What is the value of x positive y? Since the lines A and B are parallel, we can consider this line as transversal and this line also transversal. Okay, now let's consider the angle measured by over here. There is a 123 degrees. What is the measure of angle over here? So this one also is a 123 degrees because this angle and this angle are vertical angles. They are equal to each other. And also let me assume the angle measure over here as k degrees. And we know that the measure of this angle is x degrees. Okay, since this is a transversal which intersects two parallel lines, so the angle over here are consecutive interior angles, and these two angles will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, let me do it. That is 123, the measure of this angle over here. Now to get the measure of this angle, we have to add this x and k, positive x, positive k. So these two angles will add up to 180 degrees because these two angles are consecutive interior angles equals to 180. Okay, now let's solve for k in this equation. For that, we have to subtract 123 and x from both sides of this equation. Okay, let me do it. Then this positive value, negative value will cancel out. Positive x, negative x will cancel. I'm getting k on the left side. When I simplify this one, I'm getting 57. Then we have negative x. Okay, here I have solved for k. Okay, now let's consider the angle measure over here. It's 160 degrees and the measure of this angle is y degrees. And I assume the measure of this angle as L degrees. Okay, when I combine these three angles, they together form a straight angle. That is a measure of 180 degrees. That is, the three angles over here will add up to 180 degrees, which is a measure of a straight angle. Okay, let me write the equation. That is L positive, Y positive, 116 equals to 180. Okay, let's solve for L in this equation. For that, we have to subtract y and 116 from both sides of this equation. Okay, let me do it. Then this positive y, negative y will cancel out. Positive 116, negative 116 will cancel out. I'm getting L on the left side. When I simplify this one, I'm getting 64. Then we have negative y. Okay, here I got L. And now let's consider this angle measure. That is 81 degrees. What is the measure of this angle? It must be 81 because this one and this one are vertical angles. They must be equal to each other. Now let's consider the triangle we have over here. In this triangle, this K, L and 81 are the three interior angles. In any triangle, the three interior angles will add up to 180 degrees. That is K positive, L positive, 81 equals to 180. Already we got the value of k in terms of x, that is 57 negative x. Let's plug in this for k, then we get 57 negative x. And for L, we have 64 negative y. Let me plug in positive 81 equals to 180. Okay, when I combine this 57, 64 and 81, I am getting 202. Then we can write this negative x and negative y as it is. That is negative x and negative y equals to 180. Okay, let me subtract 202 from both sides of this equation. Then this positive value, negative value will cancel out. We get negative x, negative y on the left side. When I simplify this one, I am getting a negative 22. Okay, now let's multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. That is negative 1 times negative x and negative y equals to negative 1 times negative 22. Okay, now we can distribute this negative 1 to this negative x and negative y. Negative 1 times negative x is positive x. Negative 1 times negative y is positive y. And negative 1 times negative 22 is positive 22. Okay, here I got the value of x positive y, that is 22.